What is the best food for the human body, and how do we figure that out? I'm Dr. Andrew Kaufman, and in my opinion, there are two uses for food. The first is to provide substrates for metabolism, and that includes either carbohydrates or fats. The body can utilize either one. The second function of food in the body is related to what's called cellular turnover. So, if we look at this article from Scientific American, it describes how various cells in your body, in fact, most of the cells in your body, go through a renewal cycle where the old ones go through senescence and die, and new cells are synthesized in our body. And this happens on a daily basis for some cells and a much slower time scale for other types of cells. But according to this article, every single day, we replace 330 billion cells. So we must need the raw materials to make these new cells. In that case, let's look at the composition of the human body. And this is an article from Wikipedia. And the bottom table specifically looks at the composition of a typical cell. And we can see that, of course, water is the biggest component by mass. But after that, we have proteins at 20% and lipids or fats at 12%. What is missing from this table is carbohydrates because they're only in a very, very small amounts in our body, less than 1%. So if these are the components we need to rebuild our body, let's look at some common foods that are considered healthy and see if they match. Here in this table, we have apples, corn, beef, and the human body composition numbers for comparison. And we can see that apples and corn do not match very well at all. They have a lot of carbohydrates, including things that aren't in our bodies at all, like sugar and fiber. They also have much less protein and fat, but a little bit more water. Whereas we can see beef matches our numbers almost identically. And if we look at micronutrients as well, we can see that in the apples and corn category, we have a number of zeros. There's no B12, no vitamin D, no vitamin K2, and no selenium. We can also see that there's quite a bit less zinc than is optimal for our diet. Whereas, once again, beef provides all of these nutrients. So, what do you think is the best food for humans, and what are you going to have for dinner tonight?